On Asia Down Under today, dancing with the Royal New Zealand Ballet, making it in a man's world, and Nepal's tourist towns of Pokhara and Bandipur. Kia ora and welcome to Asia Down Under. In summer, the hot pools of Rotorua fill up with holiday makers. For the Waitangi Soda Springs, the season poses a challenge to attract guests while preserving this natural treasure. A group of Kiwi Asian engineering students took on that challenge. Jasmine Mie tells us more.
Halfway between Rotorua and Whakatane, a winding rural road well off the tourist path leads visitors to this place. Natural hot springs and a bath set in the region's geothermal heart. They call them soda springs thanks to the large amounts of sodium salts contained in the water, and they have, for generations of Māori, been equated with healing powers and blissful relaxation.
Historically, around this time of the year, in fact, when harvesting had been done in terms of your veggies and other things that were grown, and it was an opportunity to kind of sit back and reflect. And in fact, for our people here, they migrated to the baths in the winter because it was freezing. So it's good in terms of heating you, but also in terms of healing. In fact, there's quite a few of our elders that have arthritis and joint issues like that, who will bathe in the bath, and that cures them for some time.
While many other hot springs in the area have been heavily commercialised, welcoming busloads of paying tourists year-round, the Waitangi Soda Springs remain relatively undeveloped. In fact, they've only just got electricity connected. The owners want to develop the place and bring in more business without ruining the nature of the site. But with rudimentary facilities and no financial backing, there's no obvious solution. Help may have just arrived in the form of 50 engineering students down from Auckland to look, learn and listen to the needs of the Waitangi Trust. Their challenge? To design the best solutions for the Springs development as a money-generating enterprise.
Issue number one is looking at how do we ensure that we get fresh water only coming through.
There's no budget, not a lot of data on hand. Oh, and it needs to be self-financed, sustainable and environmentally friendly.
Just quickly about the where. So the where.
The solution must also incorporate the Trust's principles of kaitiakitanga, or guardianship, hauora, or health, and hapu development.
I do know, however, it's not quite hot enough to cook, but it's too hot to bathe. So it's in between.
For these students, almost all of Asian descent, this engineering challenge is a foray into a totally new world.
I actually feel excited because coming from Malaysia, I've heard a lot about the Maoris and how their cultures are different, especially the haka, the famous haka. So I'm looking forward to especially talking to them and knowing their culture.
They're all participating in the annual design competition organised by Engineers Without Borders, a global not-for-profit organisation.
Our mission is to help developing communities with some engineering expertise, which they wouldn't be able to source otherwise.
1.2 meters.
The students have 3 hours to get the lowdown on the site, what's working, what isn't, and where the opportunities for improvement lie. Today is day one of a competition that will span 6 months. 3 months later in Auckland, it's the dead of winter, but these intrepid engineers are back for the next stage of the challenge, a night workshop from the professionals, designed to fill them in on the latest geothermal energy solutions.
Well, we actually made quite a lot of progress, like going through some research, trying to do some understanding about this project and what they want. And throughout all this time, they actually provided us with quite a lot of data to look into. It's like a lot of data about pictures, about the wind speed, the solar energy and stuff. So we can actually, based on all those data, to develop our design and so on.
We haven't done as much as what we wanted to, but we still got some important things done, like generating ideas and brainstorming ideas. And so far we've got like a few solutions and we're still working on it and checking in more depth how it's going to work and is it ever going to work. So we are still hoping to come up with better solution, especially after the workshops. We are expected to do a lot more readings and a lot more research. So I hope we could do that in the near future to actually win the prize. Yeah, that's what we all hope for eventually, yeah.
As spring rolls in, Engineers Without Borders have scored the use of the swanky premises of SKM, the engineering firm sponsoring the challenge. Today's the big day. The winning designs are about to be announced.
Without further ado, I'd like to ask Team Energizer to come up.
The winning design used low-key sustainable solutions and avoided major disruption to the landscape. The concept included solar panels for energy generation, wetland walkways and native plantings, biodegradable toilets, and a trench-like drain system to keep the spring water clean and the costs down.
So here are winners for 2000.
We thought we did okay in the presentation because they told us that we got a very high mark. So we thought, wow, we might be able to get third place or something. So we came going third place. And as the names came out, I was thinking, oh, nah, it's gone now. But then when they were announced first place, I was like, oh, that's crazy. And it really wasn't me, it was mostly these boys.
It was a teamwork.
I entered it to get some experience to practice the teamwork, but then I made two really, really good friends, and I've learned that nothing's impossible if you have the commitment, and these guys have shown me like what commitment really means.
They've gained new friends, a taste of real-life engineering, and a one-year pass to visit the baths. For the folk at Waitangi Soda Springs, the result is a blueprint for the future, one they hope will transform this bath into a life-giving spring in more ways than one.